Hey everyone, it's Mr. Oda. In today's video lesson, we're going to be going over topic 4.8, Earth's geography and climate. Now, this topic is just going to be two different things that we need to keep in mind when thinking about the climate in different areas of the world. And so we're going to be going over those things right now. We're going to be talking about how Earth's geography affects the weather and climate. And so not only is it affected by the energy from the sun, but by different geographic features such as mountains and oceans. The first thing we'll talk about is water and how that can affect climate. So generally speaking, water has what we call a very high specific heat. And so what that means is it takes longer for water to heat up or cool down compared to land. Land gets very hot quickly and it cools down very quickly as well. So because of this, you'll notice that in wintertime, ocean water will still be semi-warm. And what this does is it makes areas that are nearby water more stable in temperature. So areas near large bodies of water will have a more stable temperature. Areas that are next to the Great Lakes, the Gulf of Mexico, the seas, they're going to have more stable climates, meaning that the temperatures will be generally similar throughout the year. One thing also to note is that ocean currents can either be warm or cold. And if you take a look at this picture of the world, you'll notice that there are different types of water flowing around near different countries. The red arrows represent warm water, and the blue arrows represent the cold water. Now, using this, just quickly, compare the relative coastal temperatures of Brazil and Angola, which are at the similar latitudes. Justify your response. So these two areas are on the same latitude line. So generally, they have the same temperatures, but there is some difference. Compare the two based on what you see in the picture. Hopefully you were able to use that temperature key to really help you with that answer. Now, the second thing we need to note about climate and how geography affects this is something called a Rainshadow Effect. And although we don't really live near a mountain, it's important to understand this because it does affect many different areas around the world. And so when you see a mountain or a large hill on an island, you're going to get two different sides to it. The side where there's mostly wind pushing against it, the windward side, and the opposite side, which we call the leeward side. Now, what happens in this case is because wind is hitting up against the mountain, it's going to rise up, carry moisture with it, and there's going to be a lot of rain on that side. However, once it goes over the mountain, it's going to be drier and it's going to sink down. And what you're going to notice is there's not going to be as much rainfall on the opposite side. And so what you'll see is this rain shadow, quote unquote, effect, where there's a lot of rain on one side of the mountain, but not a lot on the other side. So a city or a town that's over here next to the ocean will get a lot of precipitation. If an area is over here, it's not going to get as much. And so this can change the type of environments you have, where on the wind side, you have a lot of forests, a lot of vegetation. On the other side, you might get something like a deserty area. Now, with that being said, let's see if you can put that into your own words by using this example from Hawaii. In your own words, explain the reason behind the climate on these two different sides of the island. Hopefully you were able to notice the different types of vegetation on the side over here and over here. And hopefully you used the word or the term rain shadow effect in your answer. I hope you guys were able to get a lot from this lesson. I hope you understood that. If you have any questions, please ask me in class, and I will see you in the next video lesson. Take care.